Coming up on First at 4, doctors across the Commonwealth are stressing veterans' mental health this month. And one medical expert in Washington weighs in on Senator Mitch McConnell's health status.
Plus, we are tracking showers to return by midweek. Those details coming up as Mountain News First at 4 starts now.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News First at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. First at 4, doctors across Eastern Kentucky are stressing the importance of caring for veterans. Vets who have returned from war are especially vulnerable to post-traumatic stress disorder. Officials with the Centers for Disease Control say they are also most at risk for self-harm. September is National Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. Many veterans struggle with PTSD every day.
We're always working with veterans who are at risk for suicide or could be at risk for suicide. So some days that might look like reaching out to veterans that have contacted the crisis line recently, so the National Veterans Crisis Line, 988, and then pressing 1.
Dr. Hempel Rudy says that help is available for anyone that's struggling. She says treatments are also available. Any veteran with PTSD, substance use, depression, or anxiety issues can call the National Suicide Prevention Hotline at 988. Some folks in the Big Sandy woke up this morning to their neighborhood road closed to traffic for the Betsy Lane community in Floyd County. Justel Bridge Road is the only way in and out across the Leviza Fork of the Big Sandy River. Officials with the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet say the bridge was in need of emergency repairs, but local leaders say people who live there will be able to get in and out.
We've reached out to the Highway Department in Pikeville, and it's our understanding at this point that the bridge is not going to be closed to traffic. They're going to try to keep the bridge open and hopefully do repairs with keeping the bridge open.
Williams says the county will do what they can to make sure people impacted by the bridge work will have a way out if needed. Officials cannot say when the work will be finished.
Well, for most of us, this stretch of dry weather does continue into your Tuesday, but for others, mainly in the Cumberland Valley, we are tracking a few showers out there this afternoon. Here's a live look at First Alert Pinpoint Doppler. Most of us are dry, but zooming in on some light to moderate showers for Wayne County, also pushing into McCreary and Pulaski County as well. So giving you the first alert in Somerset, also Pine Knot for a few showers not too far away. A live look over in Somerset right now. We are dry, but again, that will change here shortly. Middle to lower 80s over in Pulaski County right now, but some of us in the upper 80s and lower 90s right now. 88 for Pikeville, 90 for Prestonsburg, also Irvin, 82 in Jackson, 88 also over in London at this hour. Most of us are dry into this evening. We are watching out though for possibly a stray shower, and those temperatures do stay mild and muggy into tonight. Lows in the upper 60s and lower 70s as you wake up on Wednesday, but more showers on the way on Wednesday, also Thursday, before some cooler and drier weather for the weekend. Those details plus your full 7-day forecast on the way in just a few minutes. Steve?
All right, Cameron, thank you. Kentucky Senator Mitch McConnell's health is on the minds of many in Washington. The Capitol Hill attending physician says he does not think the Senate Minority Leader has suffered a stroke or seizure. Today's note from Dr. Brian Monahan comes after the 81-year-old Republican froze on camera for the second time in 2 months. The note also says Senator McConnell shows no evidence of Parkinson's disease. First Lady Jill Biden has tested positive for COVID-19. It is her second time battling the coronavirus, and her age puts her at higher risk for residual ailments. As CBS's Skylar Henry reports, President Biden continues to get tested.
First Lady Jill Biden is battling COVID-19 for the second time. At 72 years old, her age puts her at higher risk for serious COVID illness. She's staying at the family vacation home in Rehoboth Beach as a precaution, and the White House says she's experiencing only mild symptoms.
I hope my students welcome me like that on Tuesday.
The First Lady is also missing the first day of school, teaching at a local community college.
I teach English, I teach at Nova.
Aides say she'll be temporarily replaced with substitutes. Her diagnosis comes at a time when cases are ticking up in the U.S.
COVID is rising across the country, and there has been some spillover into hospitalizations.
According to the CDC, hospitalizations were up almost 19% in 1 week last month. President Biden has so far tested negative and continues to test frequently as he prepares for a trip overseas. The president is set to travel to India to meet with G20 partners later this week, followed by Vietnam. So far, those plans remain in place. Heading into the fall season, doctors are advising eligible people to get the new COVID shot.
We have every expectation that the new booster, which will become available in mid-September, should provide protection against severe disease caused by these variants going forward.
High-risk individuals may want to consider regularly wearing masks again. Skyler Henry, CBS News, Washington.
Coming up on First at 4, heavy rain in one European country leads to loss of life.
And most of us are dry today, but some changes on the way as early as tomorrow. Those details coming up after this break.